Welcome back, everybody. Today is Mixed Media Thursday. I'm Kathy Arbor, and today I thought I would do a little bit in my creative diary, I guess you could say. So it's basically, I write down what I do instead of writing down in a diary. Well, I do that, but not every day. It's whenever I feel I've got something to write about, basically. So I've just got this like that filled full of different things of the day, and they're all, maybe I'll only do 5 days in 1 month. And then I take those writings and I put it in a book like this. So this is upside down so you don't read it so fast. And it's basically just, there is writing in it, but I also fix the pages so that they're a little bit nicer to look at, basically. And I have been neglecting it for quite a long time. So I thought I better do some. And what I like to do is I usually pick a color for a month. And then I add the pictures, words, do some drawings on it maybe, or I'll draw on a separate piece of paper and then stick it on. So I thought I'd show you where I got most of my inspiration is from this lady right here, Simone. And she has another book out. I don't remember what it's called, unfortunately. I have it. I couldn't tell you where it is right now. I don't think she says where. This is a great book. This is her second book. And she writes about her life, her thoughts, whatever it might be. And then she draws it out. Hey, Devin. She does mostly digital, but you can still get the same ideas as far as shadows, composition, that type of thing, because she shows it and she talks about how to go about. It's a very good book and it's an easy read. As you can see, she gives you diagrams on how the body, she draws it in this way in shapes, which is the easiest way to do a body proportionally. And different body languages, because that does make a difference in your drawing if you're drawing people. Facial expressions, how to draw arms and legs, torso. This is an excellent book. Different ages to go by. So if you're interested in drawing, this is probably a really good book for you. I like it just because of how she illustrated her life, basically. She talks about artist advice and that type of thing too. So workspace, all those things. There's one in here about facial expressions somewhere. Lighting on the face. I've had this book a while. I think it came out last year. Landscapes, trees, that type of thing. Water, houses, by getting the perspective right. Very not. Yes, very comprehensive book. It's an excellent book if you're trying to learn how to draw it with perspective, composition, emotion, that type of thing. And it's not a difficult read. That's what I liked about it, is even though this is done on the computer, you can still relate to this as your own drawing in a book. Hey, Kim. So she does have another one out, though, and I might have it down here. If you want to hold on for just a second, I'm going to go look. Nope, it's not down here. It must be upstairs somewhere. But anyways, she has 2 books out. If you look up her name, you'll be able to find it. And that's her name there. Grunwald, I think is how you pronounce it. Simone. But I really enjoy her work. And she also has a Patreon, and she has a YouTube, I believe, too. We have had a busy morning, Kimberly. How's Mom? So what I'm thinking of doing is starting out. This is my diary type of book. So this is where I put my stuff in, basically. And I paint in it, I draw in it, I put watercolor on it, sprays, whatever I have. Use letters from books, stickers, stuff from magazines, that type of thing. So I thought we could do what I call background pages for this, and then I can go ahead and do some of these. I like putting washi tape because I have a ton of washi tape, and this is how I'm using it up. That's what my grandson made for me. It's so cute. So yeah, you can do all kinds of stuff. So I thought we could do some pages. And what I like to use on books is watercolor or spray inks, that type of thing, because then it doesn't stop me from using pen on my pages afterwards. If you're using acrylic ink, I find it either wrecks your marker if you're using a felt tip marker of some sort, or you end up skipping. It doesn't take the ink well. So I like to use basically sprays and watercolor. So I have a bunch of sprays, and this is how I'm using a lot of my sprays also. Also ink pads you can use. So I do have a bunch of sprays. This is only one bucket I have. It's craziness. So that's what we're going to do today. And I like to pick a color for the month. So right now, this page is going to be for April. So April to me is things are starting to bloom. So greens but also you have a lot of browns and your dead stuff you're going to be raking out of the garden. That's what I relate April to, is gardening. Surprise, surprise. So we got, yellows. Let's see what else colors we got here. We could do some nice greens. There's nice spring green. I like using the Lindy's because they're permanent. And then if I decide to go on top with a watercolor, it's not going to matter. You could also use like FW inks if you want. There's a nice pretty color, kind of a green with blue in it. I have irises coming up, but I don't like to put too heavy a background unless if I do use a really dark color, then I use a white pen. I saw an ink iris popping up. Oh my, they're so pretty. I love them. Now there's different ways of going about this. You could either put it right on the paper, or you could get tissue paper and spray tissue paper and then glue the tissue paper on your paper. I like to use a lot of stencils. So I have, these are the smaller stencils, so they're all in here. If you don't want to spray, there's all kinds of tissues. Polka dot. That might be kind of cute. Keep that out. This is cute. The farm. I might use that as an accent. I usually use whatever flower, animal, person, whatever, as accents. That might be kind of cool for a background. So I've got tons. And you can also use the backing of these. Or if you have tissue papers that you want to use, you can do that. What do you think? I think I'll get some tissue paper out also. Just hold on. Okay, I got a big container of tissue papers. If you buy your tissue papers like these from Zandra, those will be good. Tissue papers from gift wrapping, from there's a good one. You can use from Patterns is a good one. Let's take one of these out. I'm just going to rip it. Gift wrap. Even this type of plain tissue is good. I've got all kinds of it. This stuff. Tons. I have tons. No kidding. There's so many different things. You could even put material on. So I'm going to use the top of this too. So let's try some tissue first, and we'll make a few backgrounds with different colors so we can use them. And take some of this out. This is bleeding artist tissue, I think. If I'm correct. Or is this the wet stuff? This might be the wet, what they call wet strength. We'll see. Not sure if this is the one or not. I know I bought some. And then just plain wrapping tissue. One of those out. Okay, so we'll do a few tissues. See what happens. So let me clear this book off and get this. There's so much stuff on here. Put this away over there. You can use quotes and it's endless, really. It really is. Okay, let's start off with this big one first. And I'm going to use the lid from the container, and I'm going to fold this up. And use it like this. There. All right. So let's do some yellow. We have green. We have a bit of blue inks here. We could also use some stamp inks if you want to do that too. Let's see. I think I want to bring out a couple more greens. That's a pretty green. It's got some, well, probably some of these aren't going to work because spray bottles are acting up on me. This one. All right. So this is the Lindy's Starburst. This one's Endless Moss Green. And I'm just going to spray a bit. You could use water too if you want it to spray out more. A little bit of this one. This is Ponderosa Pines Olive. Okay. And some of the yellow. This one's Summer Love and Sun. Hey, Mary, Dot, good to see you. Just got some nice colors in it. And then this is Dabber. And then I'm going to put a little bit of water on it. And then I'm just going to fold it up. And let it do whatever. Maybe add a little bit. Maybe some blue, since I have some blue in my garden right now. Let's try this one. that. Maybe some red, or not red, pink. Oh, that one's not gonna. So let's just throw it on. What that's from. Okay, looks grungy in that bottle. I don't know. All right, so I'm going to unfold it and fold it over this way. That. And pinks. It's a pretty one. Just splatter. Have some fun with it. I'm going to dry it. So what are you guys doing? So this is tissue paper. I'm not sure what kind. I don't think it's the wet strength one because I can punch the hole in it here. But it does, it's fairly strong. I just like the way tissue bleeds when you spray it. It's pretty. It doesn't take long to dry. You get some really neat effects. Now you can do this with watercolor too. You just have to add a lot of water to your, or just spray your page with water. Maybe we'll do one of that too. Hey, Vandra. Ooh, yeah, we should try the one paint, Vandra, that you gave me, the neon colors. That would be fun. It's sparkle. Okay, while that one's drying, I'm going to put that on the drying rack. I have a clothes rack that I use for a drying rack. Place that there. And let's do some more, this time with, let's see what I got here. We could try some of this. It's got the pattern on it. Now this you have to be a little careful with because it's a lot more fragile. But let's give it a go. I'm just going to spray this. Lots of water. Let it sit for a bit. Now we could probably use a stencil too, and then let it bleed. That might be kind of cool. I like experimenting. So you do have a lot of stencils. So that's flowery. There's the butterfly. Flowers. I love these. These are always awesome. And this would be cool too. I'm thinking botanical because it's April. That's pretty too. Try that. Let's just don't take out too many because then you get overwhelmed and you don't know what to do. You got what, 4 or 5 here? And we'll try them both. I want a brush that's fairly big. So a nice mop brush would be good. So I can get lots and lots of paint up. I'm going to spray this. Now I may have to just leave it on this plastic to dry. But I think you can get some really cool effects. Let's straighten this out so it dries fairly flat. I don't want to stretch it too much. Okay. And then we can just lay down a stencil, wet brush. Let's pick some of this. Beautiful. And if we could leave it on here, the stencil, and come back to it. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave that. Now it's seeped. All over. Let's try just try stuff. You don't know how it's going to turn out. It might not work. Who knows? But I'm going to try it anyways because then I'll know. Well, I got to be careful not to tear it. I think you'll get more of a print up if you leave it. Yeah, see, I'm going to leave it there. See what happens. And this one, make sure it's adhered. Maybe not as much water on my brush this time. And let's do yellow. See what happens. Might not. No, it's kind of blobby, but that's okay. Let's see what we do with sprays. So let's put some of this spray on. Ooh. Green. Take it up. Yeah, see, it's mostly because it's wet. It's not going to get a clear impression, which I kind of knew, but you have to try things, right? You need a little bit of a impression with the. That's really powerful. Okay, let's try some of that. This should dry fairly quickly. Hey, Janet. I'm getting messy. Janet, I haven't had a chance to see your video on monsters. I found out about it when I saw Lena's monsters. I gotta go look. I love doing monsters. Who's that one? I did that one flower monster. I don't know if it's from last year's or the year before. The file folder. That was fun. There's no mistakes with monsters. You just draw them up. Didn't she do a fantastic? As usual, yes. She has the best imagination. And her when she does her diaries like that, I think that is so cool. That's basically how I want mine. I still need to watch New Year's and finish watching. You'll like it, Devin. And when it dries, it starts to shrink. Hi, Icy. Good morning. Oh yeah, Lisa, congratulations! You won the prize from Janet. That was awesome. You all did a fantastic job. And even if you haven't finished, it's something to look forward to for the week. That's what I like. It gives you a prompt. A lot of people have a hard time thinking of what to create. And if you're not into drawing or cutting and gluing, then this is an excellent thing to do every year. Okay, so this one I'm going to just, it's not quite dry, so I'm going to throw it on the drying rack. And we'll come back to it. Okay, so then we can, let's play with some of this. Now let's try not wetting it. And using some of this. So, my brush again. Squeeze some of that water out. And let's do the green. You could probably use a sponge if you wanted to, but kind of leaves a. Well, let's put it on the reverse side here. Just marks. Sometimes that's all you need is just a few marks. Let's put some green on, I guess. A little bit of shimmer in it. Turn it over. Doesn't have to be perfect. This is for background, so a lot of this will be covered up anyways, but I just want something to be on there. And you might take pieces and bits of it, which probably won't make any sense when you first look at it, but it will later on. It's one of those dabbers. What else? Oh, this pink here. Oh yeah, this one. It's kind of not working right. I like just throwing it on. And then throw it on here. That. Some orange maybe. And just putting whatever on here. Just to see what it does. That'd be a good one for fall. I gotta clean these heads on these. They're pretty clogged. Okay, I'm going to take this and just put it over here. Let it dry on the paper because it's very delicate. Does not like to be wet. And get another lid. Put them. And let's play with some of this tissue. I think this is the wet strength tissue. I'm going to put this butterfly on. Let's do it in, I got some nice peachy orange. It's very light. Not coming out very well. Let's see. Got another orange. What's this one? Oh, none of my sprayers work. Orange, orange, orange. What's this one? Oh, this is a bright one. And what's this color? Blue. This is that two-toned one. Yeah. All right. Let's see. What else can we do with this? Let's put some more on there. Pick that up. Pick that spray color up off of the stencil. You'll get a little bit. This is the wet strength tissue. It's very strong. All right. That one over there. So see, I can pick it up and put it over to dry. I have some of this paper. Let's cut a piece. This is the, I think it's a rice paper. Not sure though. That's kind of cool. Let's see how that goes. I'll put some of this on here. Why not? If I can get this to go. Nope. Let's see if this works. What does it do? A little bit. I think I like using these sprays more with just water and let it do its thing. Just let it do its thing. See? These are so bright. Running out of water, of course. This color, purple. Some yellow. Brighten those areas up. A little bit of blue in here. There. Let's let that dry right on here. It should collect as it's drying. Okay. Some of this off on my hands. Hey, Christine. I won a lovely giveaway from Finn yesterday. Oh, awesome. Lots of her goodies will be on their way soon. It's a Patreon giveaway she does each month. Picks people out of the tin. Oh, that's great, Dot. Congratulations. All right, so where did my book go? All right, so let's put some stuff on here. So we could put a stencil on. I like this stencil. Now this is perfect size. For my paper. And some yellow. And maybe some blue. Some dabs. There. Let's dry it. You are lucky. Jeez. You win a lot, Dot. what I like to do too is I use stencils also as a edge to trace with. So I could take something totally different like this one, put it down, and then with maybe a different colored pencil or a marker or a jelly roll pen, that type of thing, and you can trace parts of this. So let's see what I've got here. So I got some different blues here. Maybe we'll do this blue here. This is a bit. And then I just trace around the edge. You don't have to do the whole thing. You could just do bits. Sometimes I like just a bit of it. And then you kind of leave it up to the imagination where it ends. And then you could either color in or just leave it. A lot of times I leave it. Now it might get covered up eventually with other things, but it's a start and it helps get your creativity going. Because sometimes you're stuck. You don't know where to begin. And this kind of gets you going. Or sometimes I'll start off with a photograph or a design from some scrapbook paper that I like the colors, and I'll use the colors off of that. Even just that could just leave. Now it's going to go through, but I could put a piece of paper, or I could just have this as my next thing. It doesn't matter. These are just for writing on. Or I could take a bit of gesso if you find your backgrounds are a little too busy, or maybe they're too dark for you. Just whitewash them in areas where you want to do your writing or maybe draw something. All right, so we got that there. So let's do, we can do this one, and I'll show you from start to finish how I finish this. So what I would also like is I have stamps for the date and the day, the month. Let's see, where did I put those? Oh, there they are. I have carts, you know, the little carts that you have, and one of them is just filled with stuff that I use for this type of art, so I don't have to go looking. So this is my sheet that I keep in a bag. So April, put that way. I find a lot of times if you don't have everything out, you get discouraged. So have a little something. I know I just need a small block. That's all I need. I also have these little inks ready. Let's see, this is green. I have, these are chalk inks. I usually have there's one, black. I think that's, maybe that one's, no, that's green. That one's not the best. They don't last very long, I find. Blue. What's this color? Oh, here's a dark gray. Usually I put April down and then the date. Hey, Ray. So there's April. And I also have one of these. And it's got the numbers down here. So yesterday was the 6th. And do I want to keep it in black? May as well. So you can either just outline it or you could fill it in. I've got a number of stencils with numbers and letters on them, different sizes. Or you could also use another stamp if you have stamps with numbers, or cut out. You save your calendars and cut all the numbers out. Okay. So then I have numerous. I have a little cart that's a file folder or file cart for file folders. And what I've done is I've made the tabs and glued it onto these here. So I can stuff all my, and they're all put together so that there's specific types of ephemera in them. So here's one that I think I like. So it's all about the bulbs, spring bulbs. This is from an old book. Now I could draw. If you don't have anything, you could draw it. Yeah, you could put the whole thing in. You could just put part of it in. If you have a stamp of spring flowers, you could use that. So I usually, whatever happened that day, I try to either draw it out or find something that would be similar to what I'm thinking of what happened that day. So depends how artsy you want to get. It doesn't have to be, it could be just one tulip. There's the bulbs. Maybe I'll just use a specific. I had a lot of daffodils up and irises. Hyacinths aren't up yet, but and what you can do is either have it alongside as your border. Actually, that might be kind of cute. And this is what I do is I do it. I don't plan it really. The only thing that's planned is trying to understand my day as a picture. So I can do this. There's a bunch of bulbs on the side of my page. Let's see. I could put them on this side too. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. And then I just take a glue stick, usually glue stick. I don't like using matte medium in this because it's harder to write on. So I just use my glue stick. So just put it on here, center it. Like that. And maybe we'll keep that out. And then what else did I do? Well, I weeded, cut down the roses. So I did have a pruning shears out. It was a sunny day. So I could draw a figure either on here or draw it on a separate piece of paper. If you don't want to draw, there's all kinds of figures and whatnot that you can use. I think I might have one of my old ones in here. Let's see. I shouldn't. See, this is why I don't like to do this online, because it takes time to find stuff or to draw stuff. These are great too. I use this as emotion of the day. So, you know, these tell it all. I love these. So I might use that. It could be a ballerina doing some yard work. You know, it doesn't have to make sense. It could be comical. I like stuff with attitude too. Like maybe that's your outfit for gardening. Who knows? It's too. How do you like those? Aren't those awesome? Don't you want to run out and buy one? Oh, God, look at that. Yeah. Some of the stuff is just, it's too unbelievable. Like, yeah, I might end up drawing something. Gardening shoes. Sometimes it's fun just to draw something. Well, let's draw something. Maybe a pair of mud boots. Okay, let's get a pencil out and an eraser. All right. So I could put, let's see, we'll do some boots here with actually that could be the other boot. My legs. Butt. You can see there's the boots. Big feet. They look like big feet, huge boots. Maybe I should trim those down a little. They're a little bit big. Okay. Then we can take either colored pencil. We could use, let's just keep using this paint. See what we can make out of it. A bit of water in my brush here. So nice red boots. Neon red. So I'm just going right over top of this. And we can take marker or pen afterwards because it's just watercolor. And this is just ordinary, almost like copy paper. It's nothing special. That's what I like about doing them on this type of paper, because it's not precious. So it's just to have fun with, not to get serious and worried about. So I can still see the background through it, but that's fine. Any questions? I'll look up in a minute. I have a little bit of a darker under there. A little bit. Let's make, let's see, get some of this blue. Purple. And a bit of yellow. And then that should make a dark enough, almost black. We'll just put a heel on there. Maybe inside there would be darker. And then blue jeans, well, let's do blue. Just something fun. Guess we'll put a little bit of this in the back here. Shade it a little bit around the knee and the other leg. Maybe let's put a little bit in here. Separating that there. And then I'll put, oh, it's not a very straight line, but that's okay. I'll put a rake in, kind of a wonky looking rake. Okay. So let's dry that. There. Then I can take my pen and do the rake here. Let's see. So we're looking at it kind of on an angle, so you would see the little teeth. And then just a bunch of curlicues as leaves or whatever. Maybe some sticks. Or you could also get little pieces of paper like confetti or whatever. Let's see. That would look kind of cool too. This paper. I got here. This is nature. Birds, eggs, butterflies. I did see a butterfly yesterday. I could not believe it. That's kind of cute. Butterfly wing. It wasn't a monarch, but it was a cool butterfly. In here. Sea creatures. Get your old, scrapbook papers, all that type of stuff. Take all that out. Leaves. Okay, I'm gonna get some washi tape. Oh, I know what I can get. I have a stamp with leaves on it somewhere. Cheese. Spiders. Birds. There's leaves. Bigger leaves. But I know I've got one somewhere, but I'm not going to spend time looking for it while you guys are sitting here. There's this one here. There's a few leaves stuff. Or just like let's cut some paper. A little bit of paper. Scraps, that's what I want. Scrapbook, scrap paper. Okay. So just something like this. And just fold it up. And just cut a bunch of shapes. And that'll be our leaves on the ground and waste from the last year's flowers. And then I'll just take, this is when I do use a little bit of matte medium, but I'm not going to write down here, so that's okay. Just a bit of matte medium here where I had the leaves. And then I just push these down here so they'll stick. Doesn't have to be in any order. It's just a pile of rubbish leaves from the garden. Just make sure it's stuck. And then dry it. All right. So there's my leaves. Just a little bit of texture. And then what I'll do is I'll write in here about my day. And it could be April 6th here, and I could make another date here if I wanted to. Then I like to put some kind of a border on them with washi tape. So let's see what washi tape I can get out here. Like I said, I have a ton of washi tape. You're on a cart. There's this one here. This is cute, little pots. Well, there's this one here. I don't know where the beginning is. If there's is a beginning. This is actual leaves. There it is. I can get one up. See, a little leaf. I could put a few of these in. And I think there's flowers too. It's either a flower or it's a cabbage. I'm not sure. Could be a cabbage. I don't know. You could use those all along here. I like the leaves though. I got these years ago. Don't remember where. Cut them. So just adds a little something. probably use this on the side. And what I like to do is, now this one's one-sided, so maybe I won't. I usually put it down here. Oh, see, if you don't use your washi tape, this is what happens. It's hard to peel properly. I think I want something different, brighter. Smaller, probably. Oh, that's cute. All right, there's this one here that says, breathe, just breathe. Be free, just breathe. That's the way I feel when I'm in my garden. So let's put that on. You could put it all the way around if you want. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Depends how busy it is. Could put this one on the bottom. No, I don't think so. I think I'm going to put this one in here. This little, no, too big. I could have that right there though. That would be cute. There's daffodils. I like lots going on in the page. You could have it like that. You could have flowers coming out of her boot. That would be cute too. If you had flowers coming out of her boot, just draw a bunch of flowers. Maybe I'll just could just have that there. I don't think I need the stem. All right, let's put that on. Bulbs. April. And bugs. Did see ladybugs. We could keep this for, and what I do is all spring stuff I usually keep in a separate little container. So when I go to do my next pages, I've got spring stuff. And then also the washi tape I'll do for that whole month usually. So I could write on here, probably with black pen. Sometimes I use different colors. Sometimes I'll put a piece of paper in there, or put a gesso or scrapbook paper, roughly torn, and then write on that. So if you got stamps, you could use stamps. Where did I put those stamps? Let's see. These are flowers. Yeah, could use this flower if I wanted to and stamp it. So many, you just make it up as you go. Don't be scared to try something in this type of book. That's what it's there for. This is how you get your imagination going too. You can get a little more detailed in the drawing if you want. Maybe this would be a little bit lighter on the top of the boot. Maybe she would have jeans, a little bit more worn. That. Maybe some muddy color underneath your boot. Let's see. That. And then you just write about your day. So it's kind of this. So this one is okay. So I went out, I was raking a part of a garden, looking at all the bulbs coming up. So this would represent my bulbs. The color blue and green. There's blue irises up. So that could be in there if you want. And actually, you could just leave it. You don't even have to put anything more in here. You could just leave it like this too, and that would work. Now on the back of this, I could just leave it like this and draw on it, or I could paint on it for the next day. Or this is when you can use your papers. So we have these papers we could use. And we just glue this on, or we could glue a portion of it down. It's endless what you can do. You do scrapbook paper on it. But this is a start. So this one here, let's put, let's glue. Now I'm going to put matte medium. When you're using tissue paper, it's a little different. Now I don't normally like to use matte medium when I'm writing, but when you know you had to put this on, just use a Posca marker or something like that. That's not going to be bothered by matte medium. I just like to use a scraper and scrape it on so it's even, fair amount. It's let's see, this side's a little bit brighter, or do I want brighter? Maybe not. Let's do right here. See, it's easy to, but we can always fix it. Just get it on as good as you can. Like I said, these are to play in. I might use that, put something over top of that. Who knows? And dry it before you peel it back. Oh, really, Devin? Yeah, maybe it wasn't dry enough. Shouldn't have moved. Here, enjoy your visit with your mom. Do you want some blizzard? It's cold out. Wow. All right, so I'm just gonna tear this off. Even if it's gonna tear away some of it, that's fine. Always go with it. Sometimes when accidents happen or things that you didn't expect happen, they don't have to be necessarily accidents. I like to see what I can do with it. I don't consider it a bad thing. I just play with it. Okay, so there's that. And I'm leaving this because I think I'll probably use this the way it is and just add stamps, that type of thing to it. So you could cut this away, or you could leave the little fuzzy bits on the edge. Don't want it to stick to all the pages though. Fuzzy bits. All right, there. So then you could just leave it like that because you know that's part of April. So this is April, this will be April. So maybe we need a little bit of this blue in here because I want it to all be cohesive. That's the only thing I really look at is the color. I want basically be similar. So I think we used this one, or was it? No, it was this one. So what can we do here? We could just dab it, or we could, now there's matte medium on this, so it's going to resist a bit. threes. Okay, and let it do its thing, and we'll try it. I kind of like the ring bound books because for me, if it doesn't work out for me, I just tear it out. There's nothing wrong with that. It's your book. You can do whatever you want with it. So don't be scared of tearing things out. I do it all the time. That's kind of pretty. Stamps. Let's get some stamps out and see what we can do. Well, I've got tons of stamps. Oh, there's a cute one. There's a wheelbarrow. Bird. Sometimes background stamps are great to do too. Now you can play with your inks that you have. If you want to keep out a certain color of ink for the month, do that. Okay, where did I put those inks? Just pop out. Blue. Let's do green. Oh, there they are. I had them in here right in front of me. Keep green. Don't know how dark this was going to be because I think it's almost done. So no, those aren't any good anymore. Garbage. Let's get my other ones out. I love olive greens. Could be the stamp too. It's an old stamp. That worked. I just like the look of it. Oh, does she? There we go. Some specs. Yeah, these things too. They're kind of pretty to use. You could do them along the edge. You don't have to do the whole thing. Put that in a nice dark blue. And, oh my goodness. Tripping over wires. I have this pretty color. So we'll do half of it, maybe. Like that. This is an old, I don't even know who this is from. It's very old. Cool. Okay, so that'd be April. So you could put either April with that same stamp if you want, or you could use something else totally different. You could use the off of a calendar. That always looks really nice. A lot of times I like to trace too, bits and pieces. Here's some, I love these stamps. The Inkadoo. These leaf ones, I love them. I think they're petals, but I use them as leaves. So you can make your own flowers out of them. Could do an iris. It kind of looks like an iris petal. Okay, so I do have leaves somewhere too. Or you could use them as butterfly wings. That would be pretty. Separate for 2 days using leaves or flowers or washi tape even. So you're doing it in green maybe. Where's that block? Where did I put that block? There it is. So let's see. We had it like this. Or See what kind of mark it makes. Paper here. It's nice and fine. It's very petal-like though. Maybe I'll make that, and this one kind of looks like a experimenting. If it was like that. Like that. Kind of looks like a iris in a way, kind of. Or make up a flower. Design your own flower. These are fun to play with. Where did I put those leaves? Or I could use these too. That might work. Put these on. These leaves. Don't know what these are though. I think they're flower, but I'm not sure. So I could just put them down along the top so I don't waste them. I hate wasting. So get your stickers out and any of the other stuff that you might have. It's just sitting there, not collecting dust. Basically, if you're not using it, use it up. I like to use up my scrapbook stuff in these books. One, two, three, four, 5, 6. Odd numbers the best. Just looks better. Let's put one up here, I guess. There. That. That pen that I used. You don't have to do anything else, but you could just add a little bit of something else to it. Depends how much you want to play in it. Sometimes I just leave it. Sometimes I do a whole bunch. Depends on your mood. So that'll be another page for April. It's already half done. So with this, I can add figures, I can add words, I can put all kinds of stuff in it. What else? This could be a cute border. Maybe we'll put this, no, not that. So I like to reuse my borders, so maybe I'll put this on the bottom here for the month. That way it kind of goes together, keeps it cohesive looking. Nothing fancy though. And or if you want to do 2 days on one page, you can use the washi tape to separate those areas too. Let's see what I did here. There. Big plant, I separated between the two. Just have to play with it and get out your stuff. Maybe you can put some, let's put a bit of paint on this one maybe. Thinking. Or sometimes maybe you want just a flower, since you know it's going to be all about flowers that month. You could also add stuff like this. Use your tags off of plants as a reminder, whatever. Hello, dogwood. Or maybe that's what's blooming right now. A good resource for that flowers is get these catalogs from different flower places. Here's a good one. So I could take this. I'll probably have some in here too. big ones. Maybe not. If you can find some really big pictures of something like the tulips here, you can just cut it out. And that will be the area you can write on. So what I will do is just cut this out, fussy cut it. Or you could also, if you have some drawings or paintings that you've done of flowers or whatever, photocopy them and use them in your book. Reuse your own art. So this will be a journaling area for one day. Or it could be just a word on it. It doesn't have to have anything. Now there's the, okay, just go like that. And then I'll write on here with black pen or a white pen. Bye, Zandra. Have a fantastic evening. You could have put in here too, like that. Or you could put it as something you could flip over if you want to hide some words that you have, or maybe you forgot to say something and you'd already done a page. A lot of times I will add a extra area so I can flip it. Let's put this one on here like this. So this will be a little easier to write on with a pen. And you don't have to go this far if you don't want to put your focal points in. You can wait till you're ready to do those days. But it's fun to do, and you get lost in the work you're doing, and time just flies right by, and you just forget about everything else. It's quite relaxing. Bye, Kim. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope you got some simple ideas what you can do if you're not interested in doing a full-on painting or drawing or anything. A lot of times, just start one of these. It doesn't have to be a book or a diary that's done every single day. Just get a separate book, write in the book on the day, date it, and then when you have time or when you're not feeling that creative, then you can go back into this book and start playing with this. And you have your information about the day written in another book, and then you just go about making your creative page out of that. It's just a way, if you're feeling in a slump and you don't really know what to do. A lot of times we get into those, a lot of people call them, they've lost their mojo, whatever. Then get out one of these and just play with it. Have fun with it. just slap on some paint or some ink or some sprays, do stencils, and play with your pages so that you got something to come back on. Just do start off with 4 pages for each week. If you need more, you can make more later. So what I do is I usually count 4 pages. So 1, 2, 3, and then 4. And then I'll leave about 2 and then come back to them when I need to. So I'll let you guys go, and I hope you enjoyed this, and try and get out there, get outside if you can, if your weather is nice in your area. Just stop and smell the flowers, smell nature that's starting to come around again, and it will make you feel better. And then try doing some of this, or try getting your sketchbook out and just practice sketching. The more you do, the easier it gets and the better you get at it. Thanks, everybody. So have a fantastic weekend, and we'll see you next week on Tuesday. Bye for now.